Greetings, everybody. It is I, the French fry you left in your car last week, and today we're here. Our first ever draft battle. The time has come for a team breakdown. Also, sorry if you see me checking OBS a lot. I just started using it, so I'm trying to make sure everything looks good. So right here on screen, you'll be able to see what my opponent's team is. Right here, so I'll quickly break that down, and I'll go more into what I'm bringing. You can also see speed tiers, which you might be able to see my team or not. I don't know. The stream kind of covers it. OBS is kind of strange like that, but you should be able to see my opponent's team. So you can see that under an order of what they were picked. So you can see Garchomp, of course, the fastest Pokemon that the Omanites have, which is 102 speed tier. It's very, very intimidating. It's something that I prepared a lot for, and I think that I prepared probably the best possible thing that I can to make sure that I can beat that thing, because it really scares me. It's very strong. It can also run a defensive set with Rough Skin and a Rocky Helmet. I don't see that coming. I see an offensive Garchomp coming, but you never know. 100 speed tier with his Volcarona. Very fast Pokemon, very intimidating. It's a great sweeper, so if that thing gets a Quiver Dance off, it can sweep my entire team. I'll have to weaken it with some Stealth Rocks, because it does have that huge weakness to it, so I can hit with Stealth Rocks and then kind of use Urshifu to maybe get priority or something if I do end up doing that. Blaziken, another it's not really the fastest Pokemon in the world, but it is pretty threatening with its very powerful Fire-type attacks. It's fighting. I believe it gets priority as well. It's something that I don't really see coming to the game, but if it does come, it could still be scary. Speed Boost is not allowed. It's not allowed to have Speed Boost. It's only going to be Blaze, which can actually be scary if he runs a Focus Sash and starts using really strong moves. Like, if he goes Focus Sash, Flare Blitz, he can get a very powerful Flare Blitz off, and it's kind of like a Kamikaze there. Shuckle, very, very intimidating. It's got an incredible speed tier at 5. Beautiful speed tier. It's just scary because if it gets Power Split, and I don't believe he has a Trick Room user. I think I may be wrong, but the thing is that if he gets Power Split off on that thing, it can sweep a team pretty easily with Trick Room, because then it's gonna outspeed everything in Trick Room, and then getting Power Split, it's gonna have insane attacking stats. But priority will kill it, so you'll see that kind of come into play maybe in the match. Omastar, he said it's a mascot pick. I don't think that's a mascot pick. That would be Omanite, since we are playing the Ohio Omanites, but it's a water type, so it can definitely shut down things like my Victini or my Nidoqueen, which are probably big threats to the team. I definitely think that it is good. I believe it gets Stealth Rocks. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm not too sure what it does, but it definitely can be like a threat in some areas. Togekiss, not as fast as I first thought it was. It's at an 80 speed tier. It comes with Serene Grace, so it won't be outspeeding much of my team. The only things it outspeeds is Nidoqueen, Caterpie, and Dusclops. So other than that, if it comes Scarfed, but I don't really see it coming Scarfed, I see it being like a leftovers bulky set. But it can try to get Ancient Power, Omni Boost, it can try to get Air Slash, Flinches. And then we got Sylveon, a very good fairy type, a very good counter to some of my more offensive threats in that. At Realm, more like Kira, Urshifu, Zoroark, those kind of offensive threats. Sylveon really helps with that. It also gets Psychic, I believe, so that's kind of more coverage against Nidoqueen, which is really my only answer in a super effective, right? But I definitely think that Victini would be good, as it does kind of wall, if it doesn't get Shadow Ball, but I believe it does. But Victini can kill it pretty easily. But it can run Bulk, it can run Toxic, and it just really ruin my day. Metagross is a very scary Pokemon, especially for how late Metagross was picked. Very scary. It has very good attacking stats. And that's something that really worries me, is its attacks, and it gets Meteor Beam. So if he runs a special set with Power Herb, then Meteor Beam goes first, raises special attack, sweeps my team. Thankfully, most of my answers to it do outspeed, including my Nidoqueen, which you may see that come into fruition a little bit more into the match. Drapion is definitely pretty intimidating, because it only has that one weakness, which is ground. Thankfully, I do have a pretty good ground type in Nidoqueen, but also it kind of blocks my Toxic Spikes, because I can't use Toxic Spikes against that thing, because it absorbs the Toxic Spikes. He can defog away all my hazards, but the thing is, I'm more worried about setting up 2 Toxic Spikes and then having them be gone in an instant. And then Cresselia in the 10th round, I believe that was, pretty broken. Incredibly bulky Pokemon, something that I'm very scared of. You have to have like a really good offensive Pokemon in order to be able to break through that, or you need to bring something like Toxic to kind of whittle it down enough. Very bulky, something that I expected to go earlier in the draft because of its bulk. It's just something that really helps against it with this team, which has like a lot of offensive threats. It seems good because it has like a lot of offensive and bulky. It just doesn't have speed. That's the only thing that's kind of lacking, and speed is something that my team has a lot of. So I feel like I can take an advantage. But if he uses Trick Room, then that kind of, that kind of counterbalances everything. That kind of counteracts everything. All right. So on to what I'm bringing. Let me go ahead and fix my layout real quick. I believe everything should be set up. Now you can see what I'm bringing kind of as my answer to the threat and here in PokePaste. I got Kyurem. I'm bringing Kyurem because Kyurem kind of has to come to this matchup. I'm bringing it Scarf. It's not Specs, which is something that I wanted to run Specs every game because Specs is just insane with the special attack that this thing has, and its moveset, its coverage, stab moves very much helps. But Choice Scarf is good because it's actually outsped by Garchomp. So unless you bring Scarf Chomp, then Choice Scarf will make me outspeed, and I did a lot of practice matches. I mean when I said I did a lot of practice matches. I did insane prep, and Ice Beam still kills Garchomp. Even if it's a bulky set, it'll still kill it, even with Choice Scarf, so that's kind of going to help. But I think he brings offensive, so that's going to help really to get rid of the major threat, which is very easy. If I trade Kyurem for Garchomp, I don't really care. Kyurem goes down, Garchomp goes down. I'm happy. Next, we're bringing Dusclops. Now, this is something that I really debated for a while. That switched between like Whimsicott and Dusclops and Tapu Koko, but I ended up bringing Dusclops because that bulk kind of helps more in some situations. Of course, we're bringing it with an Eviolite. I don't know what else you expected. Pretty even in its spread of defensives. It's got pain. Oh yeah, and on Kyurem, I'm bringing Ice Beam, Earth Power, Flash Cannon, and Shadow Ball. All is there. Ice Beam because it kills the Garchomp. Everything else is for coverage. Because Dragon is really useless. Ice Beam will kill. Dragon Pulse will not. I don't think. I did not test Dragon Pulse, but it will not. It's not good against anything else. It's only good against the Garchomp. But Ice Beam is better because it's stronger and 4 times effective. And for the Dusclops, I'm bringing Pain Split. Kind of help with like some healing, especially against a Pokemon like Cresselia. If I can get it, if I can take down a lot of its health. I can take down like a lot of its health later on. Nightshade is just there to be able to do damage. It does 100 damage every time, since your Pokemon are set to level 100 in this league, not 50 like they usually are in Draft League. This one's 100. And then we're also bringing Will-O-Wisp just to kind of help to cripple some of those offensive threats, like a Blaziken. I don't think I could burn Blaziken, but like the Garchomp, that could really help cripple it, and that makes that my Kyurem could kill it pretty easily. And then next up, we're bringing Zoroark. I'm very happy to have Zoroark with us. It's holding a Life Orb. I'm actually bringing 2 Life Orbs this week. It's got 252 in special attack, 4 in special defense, 252 in speed. Make sure you can see everything. Okay, I'll change that right now. I'm bringing it Timid just because it outspeeds more stuff. I don't think it's really necessary since it's gonna outspeed anything anyway, but that's just kind of gonna help get that reassurance. It's a sweep set, so we're bringing Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Sludge Bomb, and Substitute. Nasty Plot kind of just to set up our sweep. I would bring Night Days, but it's not 100% accurate, and I kind of don't like that. If it was 100% accurate, I 100% would have brought Night Days. It's more powerful. I really like that accuracy drop. And then I'm bringing Sludge Bomb, just kind of have a little bit extra coverage against like the fairy types. And then Substitute, just because Substitute kind of helps. If I get a Substitute off and get Nasty Plot, and my opponent like can't break my sub, I'm Nasty Plotting for days. Very good Pokemon, and the Illusion's gonna help, kind of just help disguise. I'm very happy about. And then next up, we're bringing the Kung Fu Panda with us. We gotta bring the Kung Fu Panda. We're bringing Urshifu Rapid Strike with a Life Orb as well, Unseen Fist, which is like his only ability. Let me go ahead and fix my let me fix my layout a little bit. There, you should be able to see the rest of my team now. Nidoqueen, just very good. I'm bringing it with Sheer Force and Black Sludge. It's got decent speed, so I can kind of help it to outspeed Metagross. 252 special attack to kind of help kill Metagross. And 132 in HP, just because that kind of helps with the bulk, which is going to be very useful. It's got Sludge Wave, which is more powerful than Sludge Bomb. People normally use Sludge Bomb, even when a Pokemon learns Sludge Wave. When Sludge Wave is more powerful, still 100% accurate. I guess it's probably just because it has a less chance of poison. It's only 10, unlike Sludge Bomb's 30. But we're bringing Sheer Force. None of that really matters. And then we're bringing Rock Slide and Earth Power. Earth Power for the stab, also against something like Metagross. And Rock Slide is for Volcarona. Kind of my answer. Volcarona doesn't really get anything, at least to my knowledge, very good against Nidoqueen. So it's going to help kind of just to kill that thing. And Stealth Rocks also to cripple that thing, because it's going to take away 50% of its health. So that's very, very valuable. And we're bringing our Victini. We're bringing a Choice Banded set this week. Oh yeah, and I'm bringing Black Sludge on Nidoqueen. I don't remember if I said that or not. The team is coming with Choice Banded with Victory Star. Its only ability. 252 attack, 40 special defense, 252 in speed, Jolly Nature, V-Create, Fusion Bolt, U-Turn, and Brick Break. U-Turn's kind of for the extra little momentum. If I think my opponent's going to switch out, that's going to help get a lot of damage off too. A Fusion Bolt, Fusion Bolt's there for coverage. It's like a water type, so if he brings... That's for like Togekiss, Omastar, and then V-Create is just there for the stab, insane power. It's 100% accurate. That moves like 105% accurate with Victory Star. And then Brick Break's kind of just there just to have it. It helps against Omastar as well. It can, I don't really know why I brought it. I guess I needed a fill move slot. And it's Jolly because I want to make sure it can outspeed everything. Well, that's all for the team builder. That's everything that I'm planning on bringing. So I will see you guys when I get connected with Coach Chop Chop Baka and Ohio Omanites. And I will see you guys then. Until then, farewell.